Hi, I'm Chip Roan with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. For this episode, I have two guests with me, and I have Aubrey Burchell and Aaron Gray. Hello, folks.
Hi.
And they are with Practice Makes Perfect Music Studio. But I feel like we need to talk about something first before we dig into some of the things about the music studio. If you think Aubrey looks familiar, there's a reason for that. And Aubrey actually was on America's Got Talent, season 17. You want to talk a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I was on America's Got Talent like 2 summers ago, and it was the most surreal experience of probably my entire life, my short 23 years that I've been here. So yeah, I spent some time out in Pasadena, and I met a lot of really cool people. I got to experience what it's like to be like on reality TV, like some of the behind the scenes stuff, for the second time in my life. Yeah. And yeah, it was just all in all like a really great opportunity. Because I was on AGT, I got the opportunity to perform in Vegas. Yeah,
that's great. So we have a celebrity on In the Know today. That's a great thing.
Oh, thanks.
But right now, so Aaron is actually the co-owner of Practice Makes Perfect Music Studio. You have several locations, and Aubrey is actually the event coordinator. So first, Aaron, you want to talk about your locations and where they're at?
Yeah, sure. So we have 3 locations technically now. We have a location in the Connellsville Community Center. We're on the 2nd floor, so we operate in Connellsville, and we also are now partnering with the Geyer in Scottsdale. Mm-hmm. So we offer lessons 2 days a week out there with them. So that's a really cool partnership because we get to do a lot of shows with them. And then we also have a location in Greensburg at the Green Beacon Gallery, and that's like right downtown Greensburg near Seton Hill and the Palace and all that. It's right there on that street. So those are our 3 locations, and we teach all ages. We do classes for as young as 6 months old, and we have no age limit on adults. So like we get a lot of adult students, and they're like, "Do you teach adults? Do you teach adults?" And we're always like, "Yeah, of course we do. We'd love to have you. So come on over."
I bet adults are better students.
I think the adults learn faster than they think they do.
Yeah, I took music lessons, piano lessons as a child, and I didn't practice because I just didn't have the discipline. And as I know, as an adult, I would be much more disciplined.
That is one big difference. Is we do get the kids don't like to practice as much. Not all of them. We get a lot of practicers. But the adults, they're like, "Oh, I didn't get to practice that much this week," and they like beat themselves up if they didn't. But they're usually in there, always practiced and ready to go. So
that's great. Well, I met you, Aaron, through the School of Rock over at the Geyer, and you did the director of the music for that show.
Yeah.
It was a great show. I got to see it.
Oh, thank you very much. The kids in the cast, they did fantastic work. They did such an amazing job. I couldn't even imagine how much work they did outside of seeing me. So it was really awesome.
Yeah. Now, Aubrey, you're kind of new to Practice Makes Perfect Music Studio. You want to talk about your role there, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have known Aaron for a good many of years and have been lucky enough to be a gig artist with him for a while, occasionally like helping with an open mic or things like that. But most recently, Aaron has hired me on as event coordinator. So basically my responsibilities there are to help round up some young professionals. It's really great to, be able to give them opportunities and, sign them up for gigs on behalf of Practice Make Perfect at local venues, as well as sign them up to be a part of open mics, and really just help my friends essentially get to perform.
Yeah. So you have some connections in the music areas there because of what you've been doing. So congratulations to both of you. Congratulations to you for the position, and congratulations to you for having someone that actually has those connections. Yes. So we're here to talk about the open mics. So we're having those in 2 communities, but we're going to focus a little more on the Connellsville side, talk about the Jeanette too. But if you will, share when the open mic events are happening in Connellsville.
Yes, so you can expect there to be an open mic here every first Friday of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're at the Appalachian and Creativity Center?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what time do they happen the first Friday of the month?
They're from 7 to 9 p.m. the first Friday of every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've had a few of those already, I think? or maybe just one?
So I do believe the Connellsville ones.
We had 2 because we had to cancel some for rain. But
Okay. Yeah, there have been 2 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, Aaron, talk a little bit about that connection with the Appalachian and Creativity.
Yeah, so we actually this was
I
really
know
cool.
Ann and Shirley. So.
Yeah, Ann and Shirley are awesome. We love them a lot. They were so gracious to us. We actually reached out to them last summer. I think it was like halfway through the summer, and we were like, we should do open mic nights in Connellsville because we don't have like a nice event out there that we can host. We've been doing lessons out here, but we didn't really have we had some events in Greensburg that we could do, but we didn't have anything out here. So we were like, well, who can we partner with? Because we have one room in the Connellsville Community Center, so it's not like ideal for hosting an open mic or anything like that. So we reached out to Ann and Shirley, who had just moved into their newer space, and they had a patio outside. And we were like, do you want to do open mic nights in the summer? And they were like, absolutely, we'll host them. You come on down. And they were so welcoming and grateful. And it's been so much fun partnering with them because they're just excited as we are every time that Friday comes around. We're like a couple days before, we're like messaging each other like, I wonder how many people are going to show up. We're so excited for this one. So it's really cool. And they get their students at the Appalachian Creativity Center come up to them during the month and they're like, are you having open mic night this month? Are you going to have it? And it's really cool to see like some of the recurring people come out that are from the community and not just like my friends coming out to see it, So that's been a really cool partnership to be able to work with them.
That sounds great. Well, the Appalachian Creativity Center is located at 136 South Pittsburgh Street. That's real close to Carnegie Library here in Connellsville, if you're familiar with that. Actually kind of catty corner across the street there. But they have a nice deck there, or like a patio. I think that's from the photos I saw.
Yes.
Looks like that's where that's happening.
Yeah, we hold it outside on the patio. So they are subject to the weather right now. We are actually talking to some other businesses to see if we can do rain delay or an alternative location for rain.
Yeah. Weather can be difficult.
Weather can be difficult, but when it cooperates, it is gorgeous on that patio, and it's really cool because there's an intersection right there. So we get people they roll up and they'll wind their window down. You'll hear their music turn down, and they'll look out and they'll just listen for a little bit.
Yeah, there's a traffic light there.
Yeah, so they live right there.
Stop anyhow.
So yeah, and it's really cool because we actually last time we had the open mic, we had 2 people stop, hear it, and then they went and parked and came and watched it for the rest of it. Yeah. So it was really neat to be right there in the middle of the city and see all the community members that aren't even intending to be at the open mic experiencing.
Kind of get drawn in.
Yeah.
Well, right now traveling through Connellsville is a challenge because the bridge is being reconstructed, so it slows traffic down. So you probably have a captive audience sometimes. They don't even plan it.
Yep. That does happen occasionally. So it is fun to see the traffic go by, but it has been a really cool experience to partner with them and be able to bring these open mic nights out to Connellsville and other areas in the community. So.
Yeah. So, Aubrey, if you'll talk about how you find the talent and some folks maybe that you've given opportunity already to actually perform.
Yeah, so it has been really, really cool just being a part of my local theater community. I know a lot of really fantastic voices that haven't really seen a professional setting yet. Uh-huh. So I have a list of 10 new artists just based off of that alone, which is very exciting for me because I feel like growing up, finding professional opportunities was not easy. Uh-huh. So yeah, essentially I just pick from that or from people I know who are super, super talented that
you can kind of mentor them in a way.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they get promo packs together, I get their contact info, and the goal from there is to just talk to our favorite local venues and be like, hey, if you want variety and talent, I have a whole list of people for you. And that's pretty much my process at the moment.
Yeah. These events are free.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no charge. You don't charge the talent. Of course, they come and perform.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to come and watch it as an audience member, there's no charge for that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not much in this world is free anymore. So that's kind of a fun thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, how do you fund this? I know that, and maybe Aaron wants to talk about it. I know that you have a fund called the Francis Fund.
So the way we operate these. We use the Francis Fund. The Francis Fund is something that Practice Makes Perfect has always implemented. It's named after my grandmother. She paid for my piano lessons and my piano, my first keyboard. Like the piano I use to teach my students today is the same piano she bought me when I was 7 years old.
That's cool.
So she involved her life with providing me with music lessons her entire life. And so we started a fund to help anyone of any age that does not have funds to participate in the arts, to help them get lessons or classes or fix their piano that broke and now they can't take lessons, or provide them with a new keyboard or an instrument. The fund is there to provide lessons, classes, repairs, anything to bring less financial barriers to the arts so that anyone can experience them. And to that end, we've actually expanded it this year, and we seek some sponsorships for some things. But the Francis Fund provides the lessons and classes, but it also provides the equipment for the open mics. So all of our PAs, we don't bring our drum set all the time to Connellsville, but we do have that one in Jeanette all the time because we have a bigger space there. But we bring a drum set, guitar, bass, PAs, amps, cables, microphones, everything. That's all provided through the Francis Fund. So when anything breaks, which happens constantly because cables go all the time, that's where we fund that. So that's where that all comes from. So that's all donation based. And we talk about that the open mics. We'll say, like, if you're feeling like it, you can make a contribution to the Francis Fund, but we don't expect anybody to. And most nights we're happy to just go home with nothing, and we bring the arts out to the community. So that's like the big goal. And then the other thing that we do to put these on is we actually have some sponsors for our Jeanette open mics. Are adult-focused open mics, and we partner with some breweries out there and some other art businesses out that way. So we have a few sponsors for that are in the works, and we're going to have a couple sponsors for the Connellsville one as well that I don't think I can name yet, but I will be able to soon. So we'll be posting them soon. But those sponsors all provided funds for us to provide hosts with monetary packages. So it's a two-pronged way that we support the community. We bring the arts out so that starting musicians have a place to come and provide music, and it's not just musicians, artists, poets, any mediums can come and perform. So we do it that way, and it's free, accessible, but we also bring in a professional musician, which Aubrey would book, to host the event. So we get people like Megan Pennington just hosted in Connellsville last week. She was fantastic. She runs Scarfire Radio in Pittsburgh, and is the lead singer and guitar player of Moonshine Jasmine. So she came out and hosted. We had Katrina Lynn Wetzel, who's actually a Fayette County native, and she's won, I want to say, I'm probably lying, I want to say it's over 15 ISSA awards and Nashville Country Awards. She's hosted a couple for us, and then we have other people that in our Jeanette group. We have Jill Urbani Sorrells, who was the owner of the Keynote Cafe in Jeanette previously, who hosted open mics and helped Aubrey and other artists get a platform to start. So it's really cool to be able to like have this connection with not just local musicians, but other like-minded individuals who helped other musicians or artists in the past that can now come back to the community and help out, and we're paying them to do it. So we're supporting the musicians as well. So it's a nice little balance. We're not asking professional musicians to come lend their talents for free, and we get amateur musicians and artists and poets to come in, and they get experience performing.
Work right alongside them.
And now they get a network. So now they get to meet, hey, I met Megan Pennington last night, or I met Katrina Lynn. And now they have networking with them. They can trade numbers or cards, and it's a really cool experience to see that like come together.
Yeah. What a great way to honor your grandmother, though. You know,
that's
thank
really
you.
nice.
It's kind of like paying it forward too, in a
Yes,
way.
yeah.
So she helped you, and then you were able to help others. The Jeanette venue, where do you hold that at?
That is actually at the Elliott Group Amphitheater. It's right on it. The address is like 501 Clay Avenue. It's right on the intersection of Clay Ave, and it's across the street from one of our partners out there, Sobel's Obscure Brewery. They are our rain delay location, so we like go across the street if there's rain or thunderstorms, and that's in partnership with Jeanette Recreation and You Are Here 406, which is 406 Clay Ave.
Okay.
And it's really cool because we partner for all of our open mics. We partner with an art venue as well.
Okay.
So, and we're going to start, we haven't done this yet, but at our next few open mics, we'll actually have some local artists have tables set up. So they'll be able to display and sell their artwork. So we're also supporting local artists by having a venue for them to set up during the open mic, and then we'll have each one will have a featured artist.
Okay.
So they'll have their artwork will actually be on stage. So it'll be a nice little mix of music and art support for everyone.
So the one in Connellsville is the first Friday, and when is the one in Jeanette?
The Jeanette one happens on the fourth Wednesday of each month.
Okay, and you're helping to get talent for both of those?
Yeah. So that is essentially what I do.
Yeah.
Is pick people to host the open mics, and then from there our hosts help to promote and get people out to the open mics themselves. So yeah, the goal is just to get as many faces and varieties as we can to be able to add vibrancy to our local communities.
Yeah, so it does give back to the community. And I know here in Connellsville there's so much talent. I'm familiar with the high school musical that we have here, which is, I think 54 years of that. So, and a lot of talent has gone across the stage, but there's a lot of musical talent here in Connellsville. So glad you're offering a place to showcase that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is my favorite part about it, is just being able to hear new voices and contribute more to our live music scene, because it is so important to our lives, entertainment that is,
agree.
and the more we can support our local entertainment, the more colorful our communities are going to be.
Yeah, and it's an escape sometimes too. I mean,
absolutely.
So you can go to a show or you can go to a concert, and hopefully you can kind of push away the things that may be challenging you in life and just kind of enjoy the night of music.
Right, exactly. And it's a lot different than just sitting down in front of your TV and watching something. The art of live performance is something you can get right here.
Yeah, I would agree.
So,
and hopefully someone will get discovered. Someone will be heard for the first time, and giving them an opportunity to do that is a cool thing too.
Yeah, I feel really lucky to be able to do so.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a great connection between you and Aaron. And I don't know if I mentioned earlier that you're the co-owner of Practice Makes Perfect. You and your wife own that together. I think I jumped on to America's Got Talent and kind of missed telling who you were.
Me and my wife Julia, we own it together. We actually own it together with our daughter Cadence, she's only 3.
Okay. So she does all the work.
She does all the work. But we own that together, and we divide up the work evenly, and it's been a pretty cool partnership to be able to work with my wife on something like this. So it's really cool.
That is nice. And I know you have a goal to just provide a space for everyone too.
We are absolutely totally inclusive. We are very committed to being diverse, inclusive, welcoming, and we want anyone to be comfortable with us. Mm-hmm. So that's very, very big for us. That's one of our key points for our mission. If you visit our website, it's right there on the front page.
Where's your web? How do they find your website?
Our website is pmpmusicstudio.com.
So PMP is Practice Makes Perfect.
Yep. Stands for Practice Makes Perfect. So if you visit the website at pmpmusicstudio.com, you can visit all of our pages and learn about our open mics, the Francis Fund. You can learn about upcoming events with our gig artists, which is really cool because we have a full calendar of not just our own artists, which is awesome. This is another way we support musicians, but any musical or performing arts individual or group can head to our website and find our events page and put their event on. Okay. And we'll promote it on our calendar. We'll throw it on our Facebook page, our Instagram. It will be on our socials.
What's your social media?
So all of our social tags are at PMP Music Studio. Okay. So if you follow us on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, you can find that.
Like you're on all of them.
We're on pretty much all of them, I think. So if you search that, you'll find us on pretty much any of the social media platforms.
Yeah, that sounds great. Anything else you want to share about the open mics? Are we missing anything? Anything else come to mind while we're...
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you have something else?
I don't think so, yeah.
How about if we just let folks know when this is happening in Connersville, in case they just joined us, when and where
I
it
think
is in
so.
Connersville.
Yeah, at the Armstrong.
At the
Nope.
Appalachian Creativity Center.
Appalachian. Okay. Yes. So if you want to come out, see a really, really cool open mic the first Friday of every month here in Connellsville, you can come out to the Appalachian Creativity Center from 7 to 9.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate the work you're doing
thank you
with,
for having
with
us.
the music and the community, and good to have you here. Wish you well at the events.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And now you're in the know.